We're here at Soccer's Media Day, Seau's the restaurant, and visiting with veteran midfielder Cheeky Luna as we get ready for the Sockers' run for a 12th major indoor championship. And, you know, Cheeky, first things first, just looking at the turnout today and knowing where this organization was at this time last year, and then to see this year so many people excited, motivated, not just in the media, but in the fan base and sponsorships as well, that's got to be really exciting for you.
Wow, right? It's pretty incredible. I was around last year for the run. I was, around from the start of the whole project. So, I came to last year's media day, and it was exciting, just to have people out there. But coming out today and seeing, the turnout today, it's pretty unreal. I'm glad people are excited. I'm glad we've definitely upgraded. We've tried to upgrade on the field, but when you see what's going on behind closed doors, what the organization itself is doing, it's pretty incredible, how they're upgrading the personnel they brought on board to try to make this really a first-class organization.
Looking at the team coming back on the field, Cheeky, you lose a couple of veteran leaders that I think people knew maybe last year was going to be their last run, a guy like Sean Bowers, Nate Hetherington. I know, of course, we're all tugging on his sleeve a little bit to hope that Nate can get back from injury and maybe contribute to this team a little bit in the second half of the year. But for the most part, this team returns almost intact to go after the championship again.
We're excited, and I personally think we're going to be a better team. Last year we had a lot of great talent, but we didn't have that indoor experience. A lot of us were new to the indoor game, so it was our first year, and we were learning, throughout the games. This year we know a little bit more about what to expect. We lost two great leaders in Sean Bowers, our team captain Nate Hetherington. I still think Nate would have come back had it not been for that injury. He's trying to come back from an ACL injury that he suffered in the off-season working out. And, I tell him, I said, you were working out trying to get ready for season, man, when you did your ACL. And I'm hoping we get him back for the second half of the season, although he seems to think he's done. But he's working really hard right now in his off-season to get better from that injury. And I'm saying, if you're working that hard to come back from an injury, you got to want to play. You're not coming back just to walk.
Cheeky, wanted to ask you about one of the guys that's newest to the team. We just interviewed him here on 619 Sports, Miguel Adarado, new midfielder from the California Cougars, a guy that you had to match up against and mark in the midfield last year. What do you think that Miguel's going to bring to the team?
I've gotten to play with Miguel here the last few weeks, and I knew him coming in when I heard we signed him. I thought it'd be a great fit. He's a great midfielder, brings a lot of experience to the indoor game. So he's going to help us out on that behalf. He's super fast. I didn't realize how fast he was until this offseason when we're training, and you see he's fast and he's super quick. His first step is really quick. So having him and Paul in the midfield is going to be huge for us because that's just two really fast guys in the midfield. Brings a different dynamic that maybe we didn't have as much. We had Paul Wright, obviously, super fast guy, but we were missing just a little bit more of that, and Miguel brings that other piece, I think.
Now, of course, I know that with the PASL Pro, sometimes it's a little bit of a mystery when a team's going to come to town in terms of what the competition's going to be, but from what I've been hearing, and I'm sure from what you're hearing from Coach Salvaggio and the rest of the players, this is going to be a much different and much tougher challenge this year. The Tacoma Stars coming into the PASL Pro West. What are your thoughts overall on the challenge to repeat?
We're confident in a good way going into this season. We know we have a lot of the guys back. We had a great championship run. However, last year we were a new team somewhat. The other teams didn't know what to expect. They didn't know a lot of our players. We weren't the champions, so people weren't gunning for us every game. This year you're going to have, a lot of good teams. You mentioned Tacoma. Tacoma's coming into this season, and they, just from the names that I've heard already that they signed, they're looking good. They have two guys from Stockton that they signed. They have another guy, Craig House, who's, the guy's unreal. He's been an indoor player for many years, playing at the highest levels of indoor, and the guy's just a really good player. So he's going to be someone that we have to focus on when we play them. They have another player, Leighton O'Brien, another really good player who we have to watch out for. And I see us, Tacoma, being up there with Stockton as one of our toughest games this season.
Well, Cheeky, can't wait for the season to get started. It's almost here. The home opener is the 20th, of course, against Tacoma, the two teams we were just talking about, Tacoma and Stockton, and the season opener exclusively here on 619sports.net on the 14th. It's all coming up, Cheeky. Can't wait, buddy.
Yeah, excited. Glad to be back out. The team's, I think, ready to go, and can't wait to have the fans out and put on a good show for everyone.